Hello and welcome to Order Flow Trading with Robert Rother today. I can see some people already joining us. If you can see and hear me, please leave a short message either in Discord or on Bookmap. You can see Dan is there, Rob, Stephen, hello. We just wait a minute or two until we starting. Yeah, hi Dan, hey Steven, I believe. Yeah, so that's good, everything perfect. So just send a shot. Hi Debbie, hi Nicolas, good morning or good day, depends on where you are. Good afternoon to the European folks and good morning to the US folk. So then we are going to start 3 p.m. sharp Central European time. Order flow with Robert Rother. Who doesn't know me yet? I started trading at the age of 13 and a couple years later 2 people found me through the internet and I set up with them investment company, my first investment company in Frankfurt. I was 17 at that time. These 2 partners, they actually taught me the investment business, what is private equity, what are hedge funds, managed accounts, and with them I was trading the S&P future through the telephone on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, actually the regular one with $250 per point. And then the mini came and finally we also have a micro, but I started during that transition time from floor trading to online trading. Then I sold my shares in that company and in 2004 I moved to China. I set up a second investment company with a Chinese partner together and I had over 100 million US dollars under management, a team of 30 people. I had my traders, analysts and everything that you need. Unfortunately, this business was quite successful. During the subprime crisis, on my best day, I made $800,000 in one day, actually trading currencies. And then I was detained, unfortunately, in May 2011. If you become quite successful, see people like Jack Ma and so on, you get somehow trouble with the Chinese government, and then I was detained for outsmarting the Chinese finance system, and I spent the next 7 years and 7 months in jail in Dongguan. I was released in December 2018, and during the first year after prison I wrote a best-selling book. Unfortunately, it's only available in German. The book is called Dragon Years. And I started, of course, trading again. That's the only thing I can do. And I have a free community and I'm offering educational services for trading. You can find more about on robertrother.com. There is a German-speaking community and also an English-speaking community. You can find the link over there. Also, you can find me on YouTube, Twitter. Unfortunately, there's mostly German content right now, but this is going to change this month. And most importantly for all, everyone who's a trader who has to be responsible for his own decisions, never blame someone else. And because of regulations, I have to read the general disclosure. All Bookmap limited materials, information and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And let's hop into the markets. So the first thing, basically, what every trader should do is, there is a very great website called Trading Economics, and I want to get an overview of what sort of news are there today. We have Thursday, 4th of April, balance of trade in Canada. It's not that important for us. Then we have balance of trade in US statistics. Basically, I do not interpret what the numbers are meaning. I just want to know when news are released, so I cannot be in the market. And I tell you now a true story, and who is in my live trading room. Yesterday I really got somehow screwed. At 4 p.m. Central European time, the news came out, and during actually 2 minutes before, basically I take out all the orders in the market, but then I got disturbed or distracted, and I forgot during that 2 minutes to take out my orders, and then the news was released, and the market simply ran over my through all my orders, and even the final order, the stop loss was not triggered. It was a very nasty moment. In a couple of minutes I lost a few grand, but luckily somehow the day saved me, and I still made a small profit in trading yesterday. But you can see how quick trading can be if you're not exactly at that moment ready in your mind to take action, and then you get these crazy moves. Now if we look here at it's 2:30, the news came out. This was simply a small move. That was not a big deal. Basically it's like this. But if there are any surprises, yesterday the market still kept running upward, and it was so fast that every order was triggered, and even the stop was not executed. I didn't understand why. Basically it should become a market order, but somehow the market just ran over it, and then I got screwed. But that's trading, and luckily it did not kill me. It's like that. This is, you also have to calculate in your trading the black swan event. If something like this happened, you know it. Is it going to be your last day of trading, or can you still survive? And of course I still can trade another day. That's always, it's not about today, it's about tomorrow. It's a saying for traders that, okay, I still have to have money for tomorrow. So the second thing that I'm basically going to do is checking the CME group website, markets. Then I look at the settlement price, which is important for me. I can find this settlement price here. We are trading the June contract. Settlement price is 5266.5. Then I have my cheat sheet, so to say. Okay, we have to enter it here. 24. Then important numbers are for me the opening price, and settlement price, and the initial balance high and low. This is the high during the first 30 minutes of trading and the low of that first 30 minutes, and then I get a delta, and I can see what sort of day we can expect. If we have a low initial balance in comparison to the last days, then I know, okay, we might have a breakout during the second half of the day. If we have a large initial balance at the beginning, then like 32 or more, then basically I believe the market will move sidewards, which is for me, I will sell the highs and buy the lows. Otherwise, if we have a low initial balance, I will start to jump on the trend to buy the pullbacks. It's a very important number for me. It's also a very traditional way of trading. I learned this during the 90s, at the beginning of 2000, that basically if the banks, if the brokers or the traders get the orders from hedge funds, they are huge clients and they have to buy the market at below this and this price, so then I get an impression if they already transacted all their trades or not. Now let's see, we have the event, I call it event, and many times I like to add a VWAP at exactly this event price. Standard right click and create an anchored VWAP here. This VWAP can be important during the whole day. Configure add-ons. I will give this VWAP a special unique color. I will delete the other VWAPs. This VWAP, I call it event, and exactly want to have this at not. I will create it, let's say yellow. So, and let's see what is going to happen during the trading day when the market will come close to this VWAP. Basically, the idea behind this is at that moment of the news, when the news were triggered, automatic buying programs were started, buying or selling or whatever, in this case buying programs, and during that time normally you cannot enter your full market size. So you simply have to find a benchmark at which price it's favorable to buy. For this, most of them using the anchored VWAP. So I entered the VWAP here, and now I believe every time the market will come close to this VWAP, later on during the day, that there will be more buyers. It's actually then a support zone. Samkelo, yeah, good day. Best greetings to South Africa. Are you in Cape Town or where are you in South Africa? If you have any questions, just put them into Discord or here in YouTube, and don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube. Only 11 likes, and we can do that better. And the market's still going back to new highs. Yeah. Now let's have a picture at the have a look at the larger picture on the. This is no Euro US dollar. Oh no. No, that's not the market I want. I want the ES. And that is the wrong chart window. Sometimes you get, okay, here we have my chart. No, also not 1 second here. I have to close some unnecessary windows. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing if you have to move all the windows from the charts from one window to the other. Now I did not find my normal chart. Let's see, which one is it? This one. Ah, here, that's my one. Exactly with my. I'm going to move this one to here. So now we got it. You can see I have a lot of lines in my chart, but these are basically two sort of lines. Initial balance high, initial balance low is in green. I will move this one up and down later. Then I have the opening price, which is always important for me, in yellow, and I have the SP, this is the settlement price from each day, which are basically always good support and resistance zones. Now I forgot to, no, I have to enter the settlement price from yesterday, which is this one, 5266.5. You can close this, enter it here. Six. Oh, that's a nice zone. Also, there's another settlement price close to it. Well, actually, I'm writing the 4th of April. Basically, it's a settlement price from yesterday, yeah? But for my understanding, I just entered it today. Now what we can see is probably if we have, if we maybe start to get the gap close, we have a very nice support zone here at the 65, 66. Of course, we are far away from it right now. This was yesterday's VWAP. I will take this one out, but we can see here what happened to give you a better idea where I got screwed. I can take out the, have a look at the regular trading hours. That was the initial balance basically to explain this area here. The low and the high with only 10 points. Not much to trade during that time, and then the news came out and the market simply broke through, and this is where I got screwed with my orders because I didn't pay attention. Basically because I got distracted, but that is then my fault, but I simply got out of that bad trades still with a profit. Then you can also see I added here at this event a VWAP, and this VWAP later on during the day becomes always a point of support and resistance. Then we also had this sell-off later during that day where I actually could take some profit. I will take out most of the VWAPs here from yesterday, otherwise it's getting too confusing. These green zones are support and resistance zones for me. I also want to have a look at the point of control from yesterday, so I will simply draw a volume profile. Then I see we have the support zone at 5275.75. I will extend that line. And I simply call this VPOC, Virgin Point of Control. So later on when I look at the market on a shorter time frame, I know that there are important zones. Also basically this one, we can also add this. Let's have a closer look. Also basically, I do not look at, let's say I prefer to watch at the regular trading hours. And now we can see here, we have a huge opening. We're opening gap up with 36 points. So my first idea is always that the market actually might have gap close. That are the best trading opportunities. Then simply I wait if the gap close opportunity arrives during the day to enter the market there. But currently we are trading at 5304. Going into the next resistance zones, we have at the 5315 point of control. Check it on the 15-minute chart. From this zone, interesting resistance zone. It will be difficult to go through that line. I believe here, at this point here we can have nice turnarounds. I will keep that in mind. Also this, I'm always like to look at these sort of rotations. They always offer a good trading opportunity because I know at these zones was a lot of volume accumulated, and when the prices are going into that zone, that there will be resistant zones. Yeah, and we have this VPOC and the opening price as well. We keep this zone in mind. And what might be also interesting, anchored VWAP from the bottom, from the low always. Support zones at the 5259. Now for me, I'm getting then a better picture at which zones I can trade, and I can compare them in Bookmap. And if we see if we see liquidity at these levels, then of course we basically have high trading possibilities. Hello, demo trader. Can you use Ninja Trader with Bookmap, Ethan? I mean, these are two different systems. Yeah. Ninja Trader is more like TradingView, a charting software, and Bookmap is order flow software. I basically suggest to have two sort of trading software. I'm using Bookmap for the order flow, of course, and for my trading execution, because it's the fastest execution that I know. And then I use basically TradingView for my bigger picture to analyze the markets. I like TradingView because it's fast, easy. I can analyze any market very quick. I'm also trading Forex markets, I'm trading CFDs, and I can get a quick overview here. Other trading software used Quantower before, but they're also very good. Ninja Trader also top-notch software. Just for me, it's sometimes too much of a software. I don't need that many functions. Aloy Santa, yeah. Well, you basically need the Bookmap data feed or Rhythmic data feed. I'm using Rhythmic personally. Hello Dasha, nice to see you. Hello Texas UAV pilot, nice to see you. So now let's wait for the opening, and we can enter a new VWAP. I call it the session VWAP, which is starting with the opening. Right now we don't see any, or I can say any surprises in liquidity for the moment. Let me close the window shortly. It's raining, heavy rain outside. So I'm back again. Hello Somtex, nice to see you. Let's have a look at the SPY, that is the exchange traded fund on the S&P. We can see that we have a little volume stack at 524, which basically can suggest that the market will open a little bit stronger again. But a clear picture we only get after the opening bell, and then we can see where the liquidity is lying. Otherwise, we can also have a look at other markets. Let's have a look at oil. I like to trade oil a lot. Oil became quite strong. At the moment, I have to get the, oops. To get the oil chart. Okay, we broke. That's good. AVWAPs from the highs. VWAPs, I put the VWAP on high, on low. We can see the market simply broke the VWAP from the high of 129. That's actually a very bullish sign. Cannot see that VWAP here. I have to go to like 1 hour chart. Okay, we broke that AVWAP from the high. That's good. So basically we can suggest we have a retest here on that line at around 84.79, and then that the market will move higher to 87.5 to this breakout level. And the support zones are simply the VWAPs below at 83.41, 84.67. What do we have here? 84.67. This zone, yes, 84.50. We have liquidity. That would be a zone where we could think about an entry. Retest to the VWAP. This zone, looking for a market sweep, yeah, something like this, and then try to find an entrance point. Check if there are any. Hello Laura, also nice to see you. Rob Davies, are you trading? Also, I've been using VWAP with SD events and AVWAP Bookmap. Yeah, definitely, Rob. That similar to my style. The standard deviations I'm using with the session VWAP at when we when the market opening is happening in a couple of minutes. Where does the market want to go right now? Well, the big resistance zone is here really at 5309, 11, 12, 13. We can see there is liquidity until 15. There's this big area of the point of control, virgin point of control from two previous rotations, which basically the market should not simply run through it. Also, we could see it yesterday. We had this strong up move, and then there was a strong down move where all the basically this rally was terminated, and I believe it to be again the same situation. Now we have overreaction on the buyer side, and then probably we will take out the highs, maybe dip into this 310 area, and then I think that we will run for gap close. Now we can see mostly during the first half hour of trading we have really a quiet market, low initial balance, and then during the later days and basically around 9 p.m. 8 to 10 p.m. Central European time, the last 2 trading hours, the market will make a strong move. And now we are going to open soon. Market opening is happening in a few seconds. Terminated. Well, the up move was terminated. That's my meaning. If this is correct, I am not sure. Sometimes I'm not a native speaker. Well, now we are hitting to this 10. Our market is opening now. Let's add the VWAP. Create new line. For this one, I'm going to use the standard deviations. Now I'm drawing the opening price. It's here at 5305.25. So now we can see the market is moving between these first and second standard deviation. And basically I really like the VWAP. I'm saying this in each live stream. My trading niche is basically try to understand the algorithmic trading, and the VWAP is a important tool for algorithmic trading. When to, it's like a benchmark, when to see, when to buy, at which price it's fair to buy and fair to sell. Let's say if I buy below the VWAP, then I'm a good trader. If I buy above the VWAP, then basically as a trader I'm buying too expensive. And I don't mean now that trader like us. I mean like trader who work for banks, who must execute larger orders. They have a different payout system. It's not about making profit with buying and selling. It's about getting a good entrance price for the client. Now can we see any surprises? 92.5. We have some, but no huge surprises in liquidity at the moment. Switching back to regular trading hours. We have a big gap that we can hopefully close. It would be a nice trading opportunity. But also again a very quiet trading, no volatility, no movement. It basically starts in the second half of the day. Let's see, Pretoria, some kilo. I haven't been to South Africa yet, but I have a friend from there. Hi Peter, hi Raphael, nice to see you. From Kenya on my blog, nice, very nice. So let's see if we can hit the 5310, take out or absorb the liquidity, which is also the opening and the VPOC range above here. That is a strong resistance zone. I don't think that we will run through this. Can you tell us how to read order flow, AVL Gaming? Well, let me ask you, what exactly do you want to know? Do you have anything special in mind? Otherwise, how to read the order flow or liquidity? For me, it's always important to see what is the big picture. This is what I'm analyzing before the market opens. And then I want to see if I have interesting zones. Is there also liquidity available, like the 5310? We have at 5310 virgin point of control. We have opening prices, we have settlement prices, and at these are important resistance zones. If this is in conjunction with the liquidity, then I know that I might have nice turnaround trading opportunities. Same at the 315. We also have a point of control at 315. Many times this price was traded, but then the market did not go through, could not pass. And then we always have a quick sell-off. These are opportunities that I like to see. And then, of course, what is happening during the day? Is new liquidity coming into the market or not? And then at which levels? And also an important thing to see for me is, are there market sweeps? This basically you can see if we have like a V shape. The market is quickly going down and then going up. This is like the end of a trend mostly, and we can probably predict a turnaround. Well, if I find some examples for that, I will. Big orders. Well, the big orders we can see on the right side. Yeah. For example, it's 5310. Big orders are 300 contracts. This is not really big. It's larger. Big, I would say everything above 1,000 lots. That is a big orders, big order number. 100 is normal at the moment. We can see here we have everywhere around 120, 130 lots. Then we have little larger orders with larger than 200, 250, and we are around 300. This is common right now, but these I don't call big orders, larger orders at the moment. But it also depends on the environment. For example, last year, or especially during summertime, we don't have triple contract sizes in the order book. Sometimes only 20, 30, 40, 50 contracts on the bid and ask side. And then we have a very choppy market where you must be carefully with trading, or you have to adjust your stop loss. Now we are hitting the event VWAP. This anchored VWAP I put on at 2:30 p.m. We had news in the US. The market reacted to this, so there is somehow an importance, and we could see if we might have a support zone here. But I would not basically enter the market at this level. I would see if we get sort of liquidity here, and we have liquidity a little below 98, 97, but it's not that strong. English is excellent, the Terminator Rosa. Thank you, Big Spark. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. So now we're actually hitting exactly this VWAP from the news time. Let's see what is happening. If we can see a reaction. I wouldn't trade this right now because there is no confirmation on the order side, yeah, no liquidity. So we can also see there's nothing to it. The next target would be simply the 92.50, 93. There we have a settlement price in this area, opening price. So this could be a nice support zone. Okay, the market went nearly close to that liquidity. Then we have the reaction to it. Now what the market basically does is a retest to the standard deviations, the second one, and the VWAP. These are very nice trading ideas to trade the standard deviations, the first and second one, either in trend direction or simply as support resistance. For me, it's important to look at the beginning, how does the market actually react to the VWAP and standard deviations. We can see right now it's a little bit choppy, and the level from 5302 to 53300 is not that large, only 2 points. Yeah, it's not. There's no room for me to trade. I like to trade with, if you look at here, 5 tick stop loss and 12 ticks and profit target. So I cannot see this opportunity right now because there's no volatility. So I still have to wait for my chance. Woody, how often do you trade in a day? That depends on basically depends on the day, like 5 to 10 times. But there are also periods where I probably only make one trade, and that's it, because the market doesn't give me any opportunity. And right now is a period where I simply trade very, very carefully during the first trading hour, because we simply don't have any volatility. So then I'm looking to trade after 8 p.m. There are nicer moves, like yesterday. I already said the first half of the day, or at 4 p.m. yesterday, I got screwed. I got run over by that news event at 4 p.m. our time, because I got distracted by my girlfriend, and well, I was not amused about that. I did not take out my orders, and well, I went to a big mess, but later on I still could manage my losses and end up in profit by the second half of the day. Mr. Cage, what time frame you are using on the left? Basically, this is now, we're starting here at 3:30. It's like 5 minutes. Basically, I can zoom in and out like I'm using this. I don't have a specific time frame here. I want to see the big picture, and if I'm entering a trade, I go, let's say, on a minute or second basis into the details. On the right side, I'm using a 1 minute chart. David Marcelino, isn't 5 tick SL too small for AS? It depends on your strategy. For example, I'm looking for VWAP trades, for example, like this. I know the market either is turning around or it will break through. So if I know it will break through, I don't need more than 5 ticks SL. I want that the market just is touching the VWAP or the standard deviation, and then I want that the market is turning around, like it did here. I will give it 2 or 3 ticks. Sometimes when the market is a little bit choppy, like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. But I want to have this move, market is touching, going 3 points into my direction. This would happen right now. And then I made my trade. I have a risk to reward ratio from over 2 to 1. Now, if I deduct the costs, I'm around 2 to 1. And well, then I can make money with a hit rate of 50%. And these are exactly the moves, like here, like here. The market is touching and turning around. Because my assumption is, or not only my assumption, my knowledge is that if the market goes to the VWAP or the standard deviation, the algos will start to buy or sell. And then we will have this move of around 10 to 12 ticks. And this is my niche in the market. If you now, well, I would say that I'm in this way more or less like a scalper. If you now want to have take larger trends with 5-10 points or more in the S, of course then 5 ticks might be a small stop. But for me, I don't like to be too long in a day trade. My trades are basically below 1 minute or a couple of minutes, and I'm either stopped out or I made my profit. Let's have a look. Where is my initial balance high? We can already put it there. It's not done yet. Initial balance low. I'm just adjusting this. We are now at 9925 and 07. We are 8 points initial balance. That's nothing right now. Yeah, there's no difficult to make money during that time for me. But this is a very nice example. You can see here just touching the VWAP, 3 points. That is my trade. So enter the You're welcome, David. Yeah, at 305 we are getting orders. Well, that's the opening price, yeah. 305.25. And what we know is many times the opening price. This is why I'm also drawing the opening price into my analysis, or into my chart. It's always a point where the market is reacting. Yeah. Also here again for trading example, just touching the second standard deviation. I don't need a larger stop loss. It's touching it and the algos will come to buy and the market is going up. You can see. Sometimes I could even use a smaller stop, like 3 ticks. For those small 3 points movements, why are the opening, settlement or IB important? Okay, because my niche is to predict what the algos are doing, when are they buying and selling. And the opening price, settlement price and IB high, IB low are all points where algos starting to buy or to sell. And if I see this in conjunction with liquidity, then I have a high probability of a trade, of a chance to trade. And you can see if we start to come here now, we already said 305, liquidity is coming, that is equivalent to the opening price. So I know traders are already positioning themselves on that area. It's always about having as much valuable information for my trading strategy as possible to minimize the risk of a loss. Yeah. And then I can get a better chance of maybe having a win rate of like 60%. And then you actually make quite good and consistent profits. And also settlement prices from previous days or previous months are also many times important. We can see here settlement price from the 22nd of March. It was always respected. 1, 2, 3, yeah, before, we can see the market still has to tackle this zone. If I don't have that information, I don't know why, I cannot understand why the market cannot go above this zone. And this is then simply selling orders coming into the market because they are in the algorithmic trading programs. Slow down. Let me check the Discord question. Okay, Robert, do you market profile on and single prints? Well, basically yes, but I don't need the market profile like Peter is doing that to see that. I basically look at the wicks, yeah. Long wicks is similar to single prints in the market profile. There are different ways how you can actually find or identify these single prints. So now finally we have a break. A little bit of selling pressure is coming. Hey Robert, on your trading chart, how long do you leave prior sessions opening price on there, and what information do you look to get from when prices reaches a level that was prior session opening? Slow down. Well, basically I try to keep them as long as possible because I figured out even after a couple of weeks or couple of months, certain price levels still are important because there are different players in the market. Most of them are actually not day traders like us. They're pension funds, hedge funds. They go with huge quantities in the market and then they want to have a certain buying level or price level which they consider fair. And every time this market goes, for example, to this opening price or to this settlement price, which is more or less the closing price, then we can see new activity. So sometimes it's looking a little bit confusing, but basically all of these zones have a value for me to catch some of these small moves. And we can also see to pay attention on it. Let's say settlement price from the 1st of April at 95. Then I try to compare this to Bookmap, but we can see here on 95 there is no liquidity. Maybe it's not important right now, but we have 92.5. There we have the opening price from the 27th and the settlement price from the 25th, and we see liquidity here. So this level has some interest right now. David, so do you buy below VWAP and sell above? I am basically trying to, let's assume now, we are now in a downtrend. Yeah. It's the moment, we have the high, the market is moving lower. If I want to jump on a trade, I would start to sell the 5,300. And now also we see liquidity is coming. We have the standard deviation. We have the event VWAP. So I would assume that the trend continues. So I would try to enter the trend. The question is always where to enter the trend. I don't like to buy breakouts. Yeah. I don't want to go short here because then where should I put my stop loss? I have to put my stop loss above the high, and that is too expensive for me. So I would consider the 300 as a short level. We have the liquidity here, standard deviation. The event VWAP would be a nice signal. Basically, I'm using the VWAP and standard deviation as support and resistance zones. Yeah, I assume if the market goes here, there will be a selling reaction. If the market breaks through, I assume that here at this session VWAP, there will be a selling reaction. If the market breaks through and makes a retest on that VWAP, I assume there will be a buying reaction because we have a change of trend. So I will try to jump on the trend. Would you mind sharing the parameters of your VWAP settings? Definitely. There is here on Bookmap, I have basically the VWAP at 2:30 Central European Time, because that was the news today. The market had a reaction. Then I have I can also call it session VWAP, which starts at 3:30 Central European Time, or 9:30 New York time. And I have the first and second standard deviation. That's basically it. There's nothing more to it. There's no reference. There's nothing. That's no reference points. Nope. Bands. This the only thing that I'm using. If I want to enter a anchored VWAP, I simply go to the high level, right click with the mouse, create anchored VWAP here. Then I have the VWAP from the high, and we can see the market actually is touching this VWAP but cannot go above. And then the trend continues, and as long as we are not going above the 301, we are still in the downward trend. On TradingView, I basically use the anchored VWAP. You can find this here, trading tools, anchored VWAP, and I have different templates. The first template is simply bands multiplier 1, bands multiplier 2. I have here source, open, high, low, close divided by 4. Style, you can enter the colors that are suitable for you. Then you can save it under templates. And then I have a session VWAP, AVWAP intraday, which is basically simply high, low, close, but divided by 3, and one color, one line. That's it what I'm using. So now the downward trend is continuing, and I just changed my session VWAP here, back, settings, session VWAP, okay, and we are continuing now, and we just went to the settlement price. And now regarding to the other question, you can see now these levels still have are important, was touching the settlement price of the 1st of April, and now we have the pullback. Nice trading opportunities. So you would never know or never assume why the market out of nothing simply makes this pullback if you don't have this information. So that's important for my trading. That's also the problem. Well, if I would be a breakout trader and try to short the market here when we break through, and I don't know that there is this resistance zone, I would have a lost trade, or it would become, difficult problems. Why don't you use the third standard deviation? Isn't that considered as price extension? Well, I would use the third deviation if we have more volatility in the market. But now we are on a volatility low since I don't know how many years. You can look here on the VIX volatility index. We are at 14. These are like all-time lows. If we have a volatility of 20 or 30, then the third standard deviation makes sense for me. But we simply don't have that moves at the moment. So now we see exactly hitting the settlement price, and then the rally is starting. Now the next control or the next resistance zone is here at 300. We have the VWAP from the high, the event VWAP, and the session VWAP. Now we have. Now let's see what initial balance we have. 5,9,5,2,9,25. Oh, if I look at my cheat sheet, we have an initial balance delta of 12 points. It's not high, it's not low, it's average at the moment if I look at the last 2 weeks of that contract. No surprise. And we can see here the VWAP at the 300, actually good resistance point. And now we can see at the session VWAP, also liquidity is coming into the market at 01.5. You're welcome, Mr. Cage. Well, and please hit the like button again. Yeah, there are 74 people watching. That's awesome. Well, and on Discord also many people. That's very nice. Now it's decision time. Where does the market want to go? Direction of gap close or new high, but it's not easy to go simply pass through these levels. Now if we break through this zone, then basically I would enter a new anchored VWAP at the bottom. I would assume that we have a change of trend. We can see we added it here. Really, market make the retest to the anchored VWAP. Then buying pressure came into the market. And now we are in a sort of pinch zone, between two VWAPs. Now we have to see what does the market want. But like I said, there's no coincidence that the market is exactly hitting the AVWAP and the buying pressure is coming. So again, to the point of where is your stop loss, 5 ticks are more than sufficient for my trading. Now we can see there's no decision at where to go. Yeah, 5300 hit exactly at the standard, at the VWAP, yeah. Very clear signal. So there's no need for larger stop loss for my trading style. Now we are hitting the liquidity here at 96.75. I assume this will be taken. And for everyone who wants to learn a little bit more, I'm having my English speaking community called Traders Mindset, school.com Traders Mindset. It's for free, and we will actually put a lot more content into that community during the next week. And then you're up to date on basically my VWAP strategies. You can also put the link here. Then yeah, basically I would say now we have again quiet opening, a little bit more interesting than yesterday. I expect probably bigger moves during the second half of the day. Otherwise I would say we can see each other in my community, or we see each other next Thursday again at 3 p.m. Central European time or 9 a.m. New York time, or wherever you are. You can find it on Bookmap. Otherwise, I can only advise you to actually join the Bookmap Academy. Yeah, definitely very great content over there. And start to post your trades on the Bookmap Discord channel. It's very important for yourself to learn and also for others. Yeah, trading for me is always to learn. I don't want to be, I made, as I was young, I saw how the floor traders were dying and the online trading was beginning. So I don't want to end up like a floor trader, so I have to adapt every single day to learn. And if you're in a group, in a community, you can always learn more and faster. Yes, I also have a YouTube channel, David, but this one is in German right now. The English YouTube channel I have to start. Still question here, Mind Drive. What is your trade management style with smaller moves like this? Are you looking to move to BE after a certain amount of ticks, or take some off, or just let the trade run? If I see that the market actually I enter the market and the market moves like 10 ticks into my direction, I basically take the break even +1. Yeah. Sometimes it's also like, sometimes I don't hit the 12 ticks. Yeah, it's just the market moving 10 or 11 ticks, and then I know the move is done. Yeah, but then I was simply unlucky, and I will go break even. Like I said, break even +1. Okay. I wish you a nice weekend and see you next week, or see you on Discord or wherever. Bye bye.